if it was me and I had hydraulic assist on my vehicle,
Right.
and I'm off-roading, I would have a spare set of the hydraulic lines.
We've had to heat things, we've had to do whatever, some we've just not been able to do without really causing too much damage to it.
Tie rod's bent. Now I can't center my steering wheel the same. What should I do? I like keeping as much factory components as possible on certain things because they're more reliable most of the time.
This is Two Dudes, One Wrench.
This episode of Two Dudes, One Wrench is brought to you by Metal Cloak and Toyo Tires, two brands that understand one simple truth. If you're going to build it, lift it, or send it into the wilderness, it better be built right. Metal Cloak delivers the suspension and armor that keeps your rig crawling with confidence, and Toyo Tires brings the traction, toughness, and attitude to match. Big thanks to our supporters for keeping the wrenches turning and the adventures rolling.
Cool. I'm Paul.
I am the Ginger, better known as Christian. People that know me.
Yes. And this is Two Dudes, One Wrench, and today's topic is going to be on steering upgrades. Oh, what's that? Oh, yes, the One Wrench. The One Wrench component of our podcast.
The
Go.
tool component. This
Tool.
is actually one I got several years ago. It took a while to get because they were so popular. This is a snap-on mini pry bar.
It's so tiny I can't see it.
Now, because...
Put it next to your face so
One of
people
the
get the
most-
scale. There we go.
Yeah, we're going to have to get a banana for scale. I know.
Yes.
But, so, one of the main tools the entire time I've been a mechanic, when I used to fix cars, was always a screwdriver that was basically in your pocket. Like, it was a pocket screwdriver. The best one I had for a long time had a magnet at the one end, so you could actually do two things with it. But it was
Right.
always a snap-on one. And you will use it for everything, regardless of it. I've used it as a punch with a hammer.
Right,
It doesn't
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I've broken them in half because they're pry bars, right, all of a sudden. This actually is a pry bar screwdriver. I have no longer grabbed for the one that couldn't handle the pry bar screwdriver part. It's this one. And this is great. It's got a part number that I'm not going to list because too many numbers, it's wore off right now. But it was able to come in green. The mini screwdriver was never able to come in green.
That's
and
true.
That's sacrilege in my
Color
life.
is important in your tools.
I like neon green.
He likes neon green.
But it is actually a pry bar. I have two of these. One's angled and one's straight.
Yes.
So the angle really helps for her pleasure.
Yep.
But honestly, you can unplug connectors that are finicky.
Yeah, I've seen you do a
can,
lot of
like,
electrical connectors
you
and
can do,
Molexes.
this is a piece of EDC, screwed Leatherman. Like one of these,
Yeah.
like this is phenomenal. Like I would never build a toolkit without something like this because this just does a bunch of menial tasks that you don't care if it breaks.
Right. Very cool
And
tool.
that's the tool I brought today,
All right.
all the way from my toolbox that's 15 feet behind me.
I know. You were exhausted getting here, but that's fine.
Jesus.
That's your commuting.
It's hard to do it in the dark.
Yeah, true. The lights are off in here, so it is
Yeah.
scary.
Weird things happening.
Today, we're talking about steering upgrades. So what I'd like to do is talk, because we had tons of questions on this, because everybody thinks they have to upgrade their drag link and their tie rod and even
They
their
don't?
knuckles and their steering
could've made more
stabilizers,
money
and
if
then
we
they
told
want
people to do it.
PSC. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but we're not built that way. We like to actually tell people the truth and allow them to spend money on what they should be spending money on. But maybe talk
Gas.
about... Yeah, gas especially. Is talk about for people, let's start simple. So when you look at those steering upgrade components, why would you want those over stock and kind of go from there? We'll build it out.
Okay, let's dial it back. Let's pretend you just got your first Jeep because you've been living under a rock, and now you want to drive over it.
Right.
You might not need any steering stuff. When this conversation's done,
What?
we can go home.
What?
Yes, I just said it.
That's
you
not what
might
I've-
actually not have to buy anything.
That's not what the internet tells me.
Well, I don't care about the internet.
Okay.
That's a fad that's going to end.
The internet's going to end, yes.
We're going to be done with that. I don't care what your TikTok said or your talk tics.
Oh, man.
So realistically, say we're going to do a lift. We're going to go down the basic route. We're going to go down a 3.5-inch lift with drop brackets. What we've done to a lot of vehicles. So
Right.
you're going to bring we're going to assume you bought a Rubicon because you wanted the best there was
Right.
out of the box, which is fine. It gives you a lot of bonuses. So we're going to do a 3.5-inch lift. Keeping it simple. Say you just want to be an overlanding person. You just got to fit those 37-inch tires because Jeeps look pretty badass with 37-inch tires. Why do 35?
They do.
We're going to do a 3.5 basic lift with drop brackets and shocks. And if you bought after 24, you might not even need a steering stabilizer. I said
No,
it. I know.
no.
I know. I said it. Why? Because the steering is much stiffer on a 24.
Yeah.
So I would rather you buy what you need to start, and you could always upgrade later. But nothing in the steering is detrimental to an overlanding vehicle on 37s or 35s.
Yep.
Right off the bat.
There we go. We said it. You heard it
I know.
here.
Sorry.
You heard it here.
I know I'm going to hear about it in the comments.
Oh, we are.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Realistically, I'd rather you buy in stages and then put the money in gas and go have fun with your family and friends.
Yeah.
Like, just go do that. Like, if everyone says, oh, you need this and you need that, need is a word we should probably not use as much as we do.
Yes.
So, but what we did proper geometry changes. We did all that stuff. Your steering is going to be fine for the beginning.
Right.
Now, if you came to me and was like, I'm just rock crawling this thing, I want 40s. Yes, we're going to do a whole bunch of other stuff. Totally different customer,
Yeah.
different day of the week.
Right.
So
maybe let's go into what's the next stage, because we have been using the Apex boost system for a
So,
while. So maybe talk about that as
if
the
you
next
want,
stage and why.
after you've done this and you've been driving, you're like, I've been off-roading, I've been doing some rock crawling, stuff like that. I find it a little harder to turn the steering wheel when I'm aired down off-road. And I'm like, no way. You're ready to spend some money, are you?
Yes.
Well, I've got some stuff for you. So, with our 2-doors, what we did, because you do not need hydro assist,
No.
we can give you the boost you need without the dollar value you think it's going to cost.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to do this? Apex steering boost kit.
Yeah.
What does that entail? It entails taking your factory steering pump, taking it out of the car,
Get rid of it.
put it on the bench.
it
No,
on the
you're
bench.
not getting rid of it. Jesus.
Okay.
We're going to take it.
Yeah.
We're going to install. We're going to take out the pressure spring. We're going to put a different pressure spring in it.
Okay.
And a little piece. And then we're going to attach an adapter. And we're going to attach a gauge. And then we're going to stick it back in the car. And we're going to add a steering cooler, which comes with it.
Right.
Even though on our 2-doors, we use the steering cooler from PSC instead.
Right.
Because I think it looks really cool where
Yeah,
it is. But
PSC
I don't think
one's
they
cool.
put it there anymore. So I probably would just order the Apex kit
Okay,
now.
okay.
Because if it doesn't look cool, why do it?
Yeah.
So you put the Apex cooler in,
Yep.
you fill it with fluid. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to be testing the steering while looking at the gauge. And you're going to keep stopping and making little adjustments until it reads 2,000 PSI,
2,000.
which is much more than it does from factory.
Right.
Now, it's like, oh no, Ginger, it's going to break my steering.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
because that pump can handle it. And in order to help it, we added a cooler, which means you're carrying more oil and it gets cooler.
Cooler. Yeah.
Which means it's not going to break down. It's also going to help cool the electrohydromatic steering pump, and that is a mouthful. I've said it 1,000 times.
Yes, you have.
Because I like keeping as much factory components as possible on certain things because they're more reliable most of the time and easier to fix if you're stranded.
Right.
It's hard to get weird custom parts when you're in the Arctic
Right.
or
Wherever you
everyone
are.
likes to drive to Tuk for some reason.
Yep.
It's
So,
cold
so
out
you're
there.
really using your stock components, your stock hydromatic. You're just increasing the pressure
I'm
and
bumping the
adding
pressure.
cooling, basically an additional
Now,
cooler.
what that'll do, it'll allow you to turn that steering easier.
Oh,
it
it's
doesn't
nice.
turn any lights on your dash. It doesn't set any codes. You didn't have to program it to do things differently.
Right.
And honestly, my 2-door drove better on the highway with it.
Yeah, I found that too.
It
with
found it wasn't so darty. It just handled those tires in the drive much better. And a 2-door needs all the help it can get, guys.
Yeah, for driving
because
straight.
You're basically sitting on the rear tires. So every time you hit a bump, you pretty much goes through the light through the roof, like head right through the roof. That's why I have the Sunrider, because it doesn't break as easily.
Right. Cool. And so then you go to the next level when we have people here on 40s or
No, we haven't got
42s.
that. You're still talking hydro. So
Yep.
we're first off, when you're ready to change your steering parts, though,
Yeah.
like your tie rods and your drag links, which, like I said, I don't get people to change them right off the bat unless they really want to, because the new ones are new, and you can get life out of them to
Right.
help stomach the bill that's right out the door because you just bought the vehicle for $80,000 to $100,000.
Right.
So let's just slow your roll. Just slow down. Now you're like, well, I hit a rock with my steering. Now it's bent.
Right.
Okay.
Tie rod might be bent or
Tie rod's
Yeah.
bent. Now I can't center my steering wheel the same. What should I do? Well, most of the time it's best to just buy a kit. So you get the drag link and the tie rod together.
Yeah.
I've used several over the years, from like Curry Correct-A-Link to Rock Crawlers to Terraflexes and Metal Cloaks recently. And
Right.
so there's lots out there. There's no real wrong answer, but I have found for where we live, I've found a more correct answer.
Right.
So I'm not on the aluminum fence. I'm not on that fence. I'm not in that team for aluminum tie rods and drag links.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why.
Yeah, why is that?
I get that they're using fancy aluminum.
Super fancy.
That if you hit it, it has spring in it that it'll go back to its memory location. That's great. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
I care that if I have to change that joint out, that it'll come out.
Right. Yeah.
Because you want to know what they don't make?
Yeah.
You want to know, Paul?
Yeah, I do.
Aluminum tie rod ends.
Aluminum ends. Yeah.
So aluminum plus steel equals bad day.
Yeah.
Especially in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah,
Now you
for
can
sure.
put all the NECs you want on it.
It's still gonna
probably
be a
pain in the ass.
After a year or two up here, it's gonna fuse. Yeah.
Oh my God, yes. So
We've had to heat things, we've had to do whatever. Some we've just not been able to do without really causing too much damage to it.
yeah, so there's that.
So something to think about there.
So I have really enjoyed using the TerraFlex system.
Yep.
So the TerraFlex HD steering, one, the drag link is cast steel.
It's beefy.
It is insane. Secondly, the tie rod, all 4 tie rod ends and drag link ends are basically ball joints.
Yeah.
They are fully adjustable and replaceable without removing the rod end, even though you can remove the rod end and change that as well, because it's all steel, so you can, get it off, maybe apply a little bit of heat, all that kind of stuff. It'll come out. But you can take apart the joint. So if they start getting a little loose, you can add more preload and tighten it back down so that you can get longer life out of it. So that's the nice thing. And all 4 ends are basically the same. I think there's a couple little differences with some of them about fitment, but they're all the same technology.
same.
And I've changed a bunch of them, not because they failed, more because the thing I got them out of, I had to damage it to get it out.
Right.
So it wasn't the fault of the tie rod end, it was the fault of going into really pretty billet aluminum that I couldn't hit with a big sledgehammer.
Right.
So, that said,
Okay.
it's a really interesting system where you can pop the whole stud and ball out of the end and put a new one in.
Right.
And then readjust, tighten, really simply, as long as you can get the pieces out, it goes in well. That I haven't had as much issue in here. Now, what a lot of people do with all of the tie rods that are on the market
Right.
is over-grease them. Yeah, I know.
Like
Sounds
just pump grease
Just
into.
keep pumping until the boot is so swollen it's
Yeah,
ready to burst, and then wonder
You've yelled
why
at me.
it burst.
You've yelled at me about that
yes,
before.
I've yelled at a lot of people.
Yes. Yeah.
So it does not have to be full
Yeah.
like a balloon.
Yeah, you
You're
don't
not
have to-
pumping air into a balloon. That's not.
Yeah.
When it gets bigger, it's because you're pumping grease into the balloon. It does not need that much grease
Right.
because eventually it's going to pop, whether it be because you were turning tight or it got heated up. Eventually it's going to get out somehow, and that get out is now going to create...
Invites dirt back in.
It's
Yeah.
going to invite dirt and moisture and water back in.
Back into the system. Yeah.
And that's part of the reason I'm not a big fan of greasable joints of any kind. I would rather put in a quality sealed joint and get a long life out of it and just replace it later. One, because half the places you take things don't even look for grease fittings anymore. They don't even know what they are.
Yeah.
Secondly, I might forget, or I might hide a bunch of grease fittings with a bunch of skid plates, and now I really don't want to go grease that.
Yeah, that
and you
happens.
know no one else is going to, or even look for it, hence double cardan joints on drive shafts.
Right.
But all in all, you don't need to put that much grease in. Couple pumps. After you first put it on, you put a couple pumps till it starts to move a little bit, you're good. Now next time you do an oil change, put 2 more pumps in it.
Cool.
And that's kind of how you do it. You don't need to empty the grease gun into the Jeep.
Cool. Okay. I want to talk about hydraulics.
You want to you like hydraulics. I get it.
Let's
You
talk
really
about
like the
hydraulics. Yeah, yeah.
So when you get over a 37-inch tire, it's probably time to start considering hydro assist, like full-on hydro assist. Not full hydro because it's not legal on the road. We're not even going to talk about that
Right.
because we're talking about
The
road
hydro
vehicles.
assist, yeah.
We don't build buggies here. So hydro assist, I always gravitate towards PSC. They've been around the longest. They're in most race vehicles. They build solid components. I've had really good luck with their tech support, with their sales team. They've done really good
Yeah, they've been
with
good.
us over the years.
Yeah, they've been good.
They've fast-tracked us parts when things were missing or broke.
Or fitment issues and those kind of
Fitment
things we've
issues
had. Yeah.
because sometimes shops see things before companies that make the parts do because
Yep.
we see vehicles newer than they do sometimes.
Right.
And it's just the way it is with everything. So, and I'm always willing to work with companies to help them do help them better because it's like a community, right?
Yeah, gotta
we
support-
all just got to help everybody.
support each other.
So the kits I like to do, and I've done it with several, including like Sean's and Casey's and a bunch of others. So you're going to now replace your steering stabilizer.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people have replaced their steering stabilizer with a Fox one or a Falcon
one,
Nexus or something. And most of them are nowadays, they're through stabilizers.
Through, yeah,
so
pass-through, yeah.
there's no drag on one particular direction, and you don't have to look like a stupid truck in the 80s with two stabilizers trying to compensate
Save
for
for each
having
other.
pull
Yeah.
at one direction.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Horrible idea.
Stop doing it, BDS.
Okay.
So,
Steering stabilizer comes
gone.
off.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Or recycling bin.
Yeah.
So we now get a hydraulic ram. And if you know anything about hydraulics, it pushes fluid, hydraulic fluid specifically, not
Yep.
coolant or washer fluid. Don't ask.
Don't ask.
So that pressure makes the rod go in and out. So it's really simple. But all the parts that came from factory are not designed to do that.
Correct.
So in order to do that, we have to change a lot of parts, which is why hydro assist is expensive. So yes, there are redneck kits out there that you can DIY a bunch of things. But when we were building vehicles, we need them to be reliable and to a top level because people are paying us to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do some backyard thing in our shop because that's just not what we do.
Yep.
I'm not saying you can't, but when you have a customer that's going to call you when he's in the middle of nowhere because something went wrong, you want to make as slim chance of that as happening as possible.
Right.
So I don't need to know there's other kits exist. I get it. This is just what we put on because they have the best company backing compared to other stuff.
Yep.
So we're going to replace our steering gear.
Okay.
So one, it's a good thing for some people because if your vehicle was prior to 2021, it might have been aluminum. So getting
Yeah.
rid of that, great. Sloppy steering,
Gone.
don't
Yep.
need that. Steel box. Now, what's different? There's now a housing on that or tap holes to put two new hydraulic lines in it, not the normal send and receive. There's going to be a send and receive to go to the ram down on the axle.
Right.
So we changed the gear. So put that in. It's basically a beefier version of the factory one with the added ports. So we put that in. You can just do that on your vehicle if your steering box fails and you want something stronger. You can just
you could
put
just
that
do that
in.
box, yeah.
You just don't take the caps off the other one, and you could technically do hydro assist in stages over the years.
Right.
Just keep buying the parts that you've beat the crap out of
Right.
until you get all the pieces and then connect it, flick the switch.
Right.
There is no actual switch, but
Yep.
so we've done that. We're then going to, you have two choices. You can take your factory hydromatic steering pump
Yep.
and you can do what we did and boost it.
Boost it.
You
Yep.
can boost it with a kit, or you can replace it with one that PSC has had made
Right.
that's already boosted and is supposed to be significantly better than the factory one,
'Kay.
and put it in. So now we have an electrohydromatic steering pump that is better pressure, higher pressure than the factory one, pushing pressure to the beefed up steering box.
Yep.
We're going to add new lines that go from the steering box down to where the steering stabilizer used to live as well.
Right.
And we're also adding a cooler in the mix. So we have to redo basically all the hydraulic lines.
Yep.
It comes in the kit normally, but we have done custom one-off stuff because most hydraulic shops can make you a line whatever direction you could possibly want it to look
Right.
or be, and it's pretty good.
Yeah. So we've done that before because that's probably where you have to route those lines. And if you have a
Yep.
truck that's really articulating and moving,
You have to make sure you have enough.
Yeah, so
you
we've
don't
done-
want binding
Yeah,
points. You
yeah,
don't want it to
yeah.
push against anything.
just enough slack in the right areas. It takes a bit to
Because let
get
me
the
tell
lines
you,
right.
once you damage a hydraulic fitting for the ram or the line,
Yeah.
all of your fluid's going out.
Yeah. It's all.
So you lose steering.
Yeah.
That's it. So if it was me and I had hydraulic assist on my vehicle
Right.
and I'm off-roading, I would have a spare set of the hydraulic lines
Right.
that go to the ram. The other ones you're not really going to have a failure with, but the ones to the ram, that's where the possibility could happen one day.
Right.
Having a spare set of exact lines that match
yeah.
yours
Yep.
and at least a bottle of fluid
Yeah.
is going to make your day much better.
Yeah, that's what we do. Typically, we get the lines made up because we have our own special lines that we get made up locally.
Where
And
it
they
had
also-
a bit more protection
Yeah, a bit
on
more
them
protection with that
for
sheath that's
abrasion.
on there, yeah,
Yep.
for abrasion. But generally, we're getting an extra set made for the person. Here's an extra set of lines, right?
So yeah, a lot of people that we have done this to, we've sold 2 sets of lines every time we've done it.
Yeah.
So that they have a spare set that they can either have to replace,
Yep.
or take to a hydraulic shop
Right.
to be like, I need a second set of these made
Yeah.
to fix my problem. So you have your template
Yep.
or your emergency repair part.
Because we have the fittings on the each end made the right way.
Yep.
I think it's a
With a
90 degree
bend
one.
to
and-
it with
yeah, like
goes to.
we've done it so many times. We have
So
our own unique
We've
one.
mounted
but-
the hydraulic ram to stock axles. PSC
Yes.
has some really nice billet aluminum
Yep.
mounting to the stock axle, as well as a clamp for an aftermarket or stock tie rod, which flips it up out of the way, so it's also nowhere near you're supposed to hit.
Right.
Or most of your Dana 60s and beefier axles are going to be basically expecting you to run
that.
hydro assist.
Yeah. So they'll have a
Because
mount
if
on the
you're
axle
not,
side. Yeah.
You're going to get an arm workout.
Yep.
So that's kind of how that works. And then you're going to fill it with a special fluid usually that's specific to PSC or whatever. So like the electro-hydromatic steering pump takes different fluid than an old school pump.
Yep.
And PSC has some really good fluid they recommend. And so usually we order a few extras to give our customer, and we have extras in the shop based on which way you need to go. And that would be the crazy amount of steering you can do.
Cool. So there you go. We just covered kind of a whole bunch of different levels of steering and why you need them. Hopefully we answered all your questions. If we didn't, please put a comment down below.
Now, we did not touch on high steer,
No, we didn't.
but we will eventually.
We'll get there.
At a
We'll
later
get there.
video.
On a
We
later
have
video.
plans.
Cool. Yeah, so by all means, please pop your questions down below. We'll try and get to them. We'll stay up at late, just stay up late typing away there, answering your questions.
And
do what we can.
like I said before, if you want to help support us so we keep doing this, make
Yes.
other videos, best way, big envelope of cash.
Big envelope of
Preferably
cash.
American cash.
Yeah.
It's worth more here.
Yeah.
So send big envelope American cash, probably ship with DHL? DHL?
DHL?
They ask less questions.
They do. They do.
So
Ship
I
with that.
imagine UPS would find a way to tariff
Yeah.
the cash.
Yeah.
So
I love opening an envelope and having cash inside.
I'd love it.
I know.
That's
it happens.
literally
It
that's
happens.
the only reason you should send me a card.
So it keeps us going.
Because if there's no money in a card, you just wasted the money buying the card.
Why bother? But
Yeah, Jesus, Grandma, come on.
But if you do want to support us, where can people go to?
Epic-4wd.com.
That's
We've got a bunch of
epic-
cool parts.
Yeah, epic-the number 4wd.com.
Bunch
And
of cool parts. More coming. More
coming.
being designed. We also got the swag that is on the
Fourth wall.
YouTube.
Yeah, we use fourth wall on
through
YouTube,
thing,
but yeah, you can get your
which,
swag.
like I said, it does need a refresh. We're working on that.
Yeah.
We can only do so many things, and I spend a lot of time talking to you guys on the phone
Yes.
and into this microphone.
Yes, it's becoming our full-time job.
It really is.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you, and that's it till next time.
See ya.
I will now speak in a calming narrator voice. Thanks for listening to Two Dudes, One Wrench. If you like what you heard, please tell all your friends, and even your enemies. If you didn't like what you heard, that's valid. Growth often starts with discomfort. This podcast is produced in-house by the super good-looking folks at Epic Adventure Outfitters. Did you know that Epic custom crafts our own premium off-road products? If you'd like to support our small courageous crew, please visit our website at epic-4wd.com. That's epic-4wd.com. Make a purchase of our premium gear and give us your money. In turn, we will ship you something truly special. Epic, where legendary people get epic gear. The podcast is produced by Stefan Radovic, known to his friends simply as Beardo. We are sound mixed wonderfully by audiophile Mark Henderson. Our theme music is by the reclusive Vancouver artist known as Chadwick. Podcast artwork is by our dear friend and mother to 5 spirited children, Beth McLean. Your hosts, Paul Brassington and Christian Hansen, two people who have a great disdain for each other, yet remain openly friendly in public. Logistics are important and handled by Jamie Manns. Background commentary and moral support rests with Landon Kello. Our liability reduction specialist and in-house therapist is Lindsay Ramage. Our executive producer is Alex McDonald, who is from Scotland but has never played the bagpipes. This has been an Epic Adventure Outfitters production. The episode is now complete. This has been whatever this was. Until next time.